Hey guys, this is SUNSfan and I welcome you to the official Dota Cinema Guide to Windrunner. If you aren't familiar with this hero, you may want to watch the introduction we did for her at the corresponding link. Windrunner is an intelligence hero that is picked quite often simply for the fact that she's able to survive what is known as the suicide lane. Aside from that though, she's very useful throughout the game and can be built as both a support and a semi-carry. Skill build. As for Windrunner's skill build, in a normal situation, which would be in a suicide lane, you would want to start out with one level of her wind run so you can get away from sticky situations. And one level of that is usually sufficient until both your power shot and shackle shot are maxed out, with power shot having priority over shackle shot. As far as your ultimate is concerned, you usually want to skip this until level 10 at the earliest. Most professionals don't even put levels into their ultimate until level 14. Item build. A nice starting set of items for Windrunner would include some sort of regeneration for both health and mana, and would also include a couple mantles of intelligence. And of course, if no one has bought courier or wards, you should supply one of those as well. And if you're in the suicide lane, make sure whether you buy them or not that you have wards on you so you can actually block the pulls of the opposing team. Although power treads and arcane boots are viable on Windrunner, most professionals opt for phase boots, giving her a cheap way to gain plus 24 damage. The fact that her windrun does not provide unit walking means this is also an added benefit of getting phase boots. Having lane control and being able to maneuver yourself for an excellent shackle shot are paramount to playing a successful Windrunner. Going towards mid-game, a mechanism is very common for both survivability and teamfight assistance. As a replacement or even in addition to a mechanism, Windrunner players pick up Force Staff at a consistent rate. Its use in countless situations will add to the utility of your hero. When you get to late game, all Windrunners that can afford it should try and purchase a Scythe of Vice, aka a Sheep Stick, as it adds a ridiculous amount of mana regeneration as well as provides the Sheep ability. And Orchid of Malevolence is also an option here since it also provides a lot of mana regeneration and is a lot easier to purchase. The Silence can also be very helpful against certain lineups that may include a hero such as Storm Spirit. And although Aghanim Scepter can technically be built on Windrunner, it's not recommended because to get the full effect you have to have an orb, which doesn't fit her playstyle whatsoever. In this clip you can see just how worthless this item is on Windrunner. Gameplay. Throughout the game you can use your power shots to both harass and farm the enemy creep wave. Think of Windrunner as a solid choice to prevent the enemy's lane from pushing, mainly because of the spam ability of Power Shot. And don't forget that Power Shot can also be used to scout Roshan or Fog in general, as well as destroy trees, which can be great for juking. In teamfights, your main objective will be to try and get a full shackle on an enemy. The best scenario is to actually shackle two enemies together, but that can be quite difficult to maneuver. Spamming Shackle Shot as the enemy is trying to get into position is a very important aspect of Windrunner. Her mana pool as well as low cooldowns allow her to spam. It's not like when you're trying to hook someone with Pudge since there's very little consequence for missing a Shackle Shot. But if you hit it, it's quite game breaking. And just remember, because of your mobility, you have the ability to chase down heroes at the tail end of fights. Just make sure that during the actual team fight, you support your team with whatever items you picked up, whether it be a mechanism or a sheep stick. And when pushing, your power shot is not the only good pushing utility you have. Your ultimate is excellent against towers. In this clip, you can see the power of focus fire when applied to a tower. Friends and foes. Friends of the elusive redhead would have to be just about everyone, simply because she is one of the most versatile heroes in the entire game. This moniker comes with being good in a support, solo mid, and suicide lane roles. Her shackle shot is so game breaking that many teams first pick her simply for the fact that she can spam and have a chance to stun two heroes for a long duration. Heroes that absolutely hate gingers are those that deal a massive amount of magic damage, or just those with stuns or slows. Some examples of this are Tiny, Lina, Tidehunter, or Lich. And the reason for this is because Windrun is her only escape mechanism, and anyone with a slow or stun will have a better chance at containing her. This was the Dota Cinema Guide to Windrunner. If you liked it, please subscribe to our YouTube.